Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, certified group fitness instructor and personal trainer, and we're doing another workout today that you can do with us at home. I have Sandy with me. She's one of the exercisers at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Today we're going to use a chair for our exercise tool. So if you have a nice sturdy chair of some sort, just grab the chair. We're going to be moving around it first, then we'll be sitting in a bit. And we're going to start with a warm-up though. We're going to march. All right, let's reach it up. Let's inhale and exhale. So we're starting to get really tall, starting to lengthen that spine, fill the lungs up, and exhale. Start reaching out through the fingertips. We're making those arms and muscle fibers really long. All right, let's roll the shoulders forward. So that gets those shoulders to loosen, loosens up the neck muscles, and reverse. All right, one more. Let's march it wider. So your feet are wide. In 4, 3, we're gonna reach up from the side. Reach, reach. Your feet are just wide. You can tap the toe. Now let's reach across, shoulder height. Get that back to stretch. The shoulders, the chest. Get those muscles around the spine to stretch a little. Loosen up. In 4, 3, just back to marching, wide. Now bring them in. So we're on this lead. Let's step touch. So we've done that before. We're just doing it behind the chair this time. Now, we'll be moving around the chair. So, we're actually going to just take off and kind of run around the chair, walk around the chair. But I'll count us down. 4, 3, 2, we're going to go this way and just walk around. Now let's march on the other side. Step touch. So we're using that other lead leg now. It's important to get both sides warmed up. If we have a dominant leg and we go one direction most of the time, or we start off with that foot most of the time, we have to train the brain to use both sides of the body equally. All right, in 4, 3, 2, we're gonna walk around that chair. Get around. Now, back to the march on that original foot. For us, it's our left. For you, it's your right. Step, touch. Okay, now instead of walking, we're going to side shuffle. So we're gonna keep our body facing the chair as we shuffle around. We're leading with that hip. I'm gonna count us down. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Let's shuffle. Just pick up your feet, shuffle around, and step touch. We're on the other side now. So it's a good quick way to get that body warmed up. Gets the blood flowing, gets the heart rate up. A little rhythmic motion. 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna shuffle. Face that chair. Pick up your feet, you're moving sideways. Step touch. Okay, let's come to a march again. We're gonna come to the side of the chair. Since this is the warm-up, we want to do some active stretching for those muscles. So let's come to a stop. Now take that outside leg, and we're gonna swing it. So the chair is there for your support if you need it. Now if you don't need it to help you balance, you can always just do it without. So try to challenge yourself once in a while. See if you can let go of your chair. So we're stretching the front of the leg, stretching the back of the leg. And one more. Woo! All right. Now standing leg gets kind of tired, so always shake it out a little. We're gonna take that outside leg. Knee is gonna come across, out and down. Do it again. It's a crescent movement, a crescent knee. You get to stretch that hip in a lot of different ways, different angles. One more. All right, let's go to the other side. So, take that outside leg and just swing. Now loosen it up. Start drawing the navel toward the spine. All right. Now come on down. Let's bring that knee across, out, and down, and across, out, down. So, we're warmed up a little bit. We'll keep moving. So keep your chair, keep stretching that hip, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, let's have a seat in our chair. Now, if you're able to, I need you to scooch out to the very edge of the chair. That's going to start using your core muscles to support your spine. If you have any lower back issues, you can scoot all the way back and use that chair for support. We're gonna march. So using a chair is very much a core exercise. We get a lot of work done in the middle of our body because your body wants to slump down, gravity wants to take over, but we have to stay tall, shoulders back. So you're just marching, you're trying to get that foot up off the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5. We're still gonna be seated. We're gonna heel tap, heel, heel. So you're just tapping the heel out there. Reminding yourself to constantly sit tall. Four, 3, 2. All right, now straightening the leg a little so they're kicks. This makes it harder. We're warming up those leg muscles some more. Starting to really use the front of the thighs. Your core is keeping that spine straight, nice and tall. Woo! 4, 3, back to the heel tap. Heel, 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 heel. Remember to sit on the edge of your chair. Okay, back to the march. Always readjusting. Now we're going to do an out, out, in, but we're going to do it slowly at first. Helps to stretch our hips. 4, 3. All right, we're going out, out, back in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Okay, so that helps to get those legs moving in the hips. Okay, come on in and march. Readjust. These chairs will slide backward. Here we go, in 4, 3, out, out, in, out, out, in. So not just the feet. Don't just step out with the feet, the whole leg. Out, in, 4, 3, 2, and we're back in. Let's bounce those heels. Always readjust. So your toes stay on the floor, your heels are just bouncing up and down. Sit tall. Let's make it a jump rope. So now you're trying to get those feet up off the floor. Woo! And back down and bounce. Now it's a jumping jack. So those out, out, ins, we're gonna do both legs at the same time. And arms start at the chest. Looks like this, it's out, out. Ooh. Now your core muscles are really holding your spine nice and straight. Almost there. 4, 3, back to the heel, bounce. Now we do a little combination of both those things. We'll do some jump ropes and then some jumping jacks. 4, 3, jump rope here. Jumping jacks, out, out, out. 4, 3, jump rope. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, jumping jacks, out, out, out. Jump rope. Woo, only one more set. Here we go, jacks, out, out. And bounce the heels. All right, we're gonna tuck the chin around the back. Let the low back and the core rest for just a moment, and then we'll keep going. Raise. All right, back to marching. Now, we're gonna march wide. This is harder to get those feet up off the floor when your feet are wide like this. 4, 3, we get to stop our legs and reach up, just like we did when we were standing. So without even moving our legs, now we're just moving our arms. We're getting that heart rate up, getting the heart and the lungs to work. In 4, 3, 2, back to that wide march. Woo, doesn't matter really what foot. Okay, bring them in. Now, feet come to a stop. Legs are or feet are close. Legs still are close as well. They're hip width apart. We're gonna jump those feet side to side. So do it kind of slow. Now back to the center, just bounce those heels. Okay. Now same thing, little faster. Hop, 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 hop. We're skiing, we're doing those moguls down the hill. Sit tall, only do what you can. Woo, and back to center. Bounce those heels. Okay, remember that heel tap where we tapped out in front with each heel? We'll start with that, but then we'll add on. So it's heel, and heel, and heel. And we're gonna push. All right, now sit tall. We're gonna try to push both feet. Heel, heel, heel. Woo. 4, 3, 2, back in, bounce those heels. All right, we're going to be using a weight in a moment. No, we'll be doing some sitting and standing. So keep moving, march. Okay, we're still sitting. We're on the edge of the chair. Now we'll be doing sit to stands. So we'll be standing up. Our legs are chair width apart. So you position those feet straight out from the chair legs. We're not underneath us and we're not out in front. Those feet are straight down from the knees. So your lap looks like a chair. We're gonna sit nice and tall. Now the trick to getting out of a chair without any help is to put all of our body weight into our heels. So we straighten our back and we lean forward. Body weight goes into the heels, push into the heels and stand. So at your own speed, you can make them fast, you can make them slow. We're going to push through the heels and stand up. Four, 3. Now, because we want to keep our heart rate up a little, stand up. We're going to run around the chair. Jog around the chair. Come on back. Now, don't sit down. Legs hip width or chair width apart. Your heels are about 6 inches out from the chair. We're going to do some almost squats. So we sit, we hover, we kind of feel that chair under your back of your legs. And back up. Shoulders are back. You're pushing through those heels. One more, and hold. Pull that navel toward the spine. Shoulders back. Know where your chair is, it's right there. And sit. Knee up, knee up. Woo! That gets the heart rate up because we use those big leg muscles. 4, 3, 2, coming to a stop. All right, your legs are in that standing position, your chair width apart. We're gonna lean and lift. So, this may not be a struggle for you at all. You could speed it up. You can even hold the weight if you want. Push it to the ceiling. Or, you might need to slow it down. If you're still having trouble getting up out of that chair, you lean even further forward. One more. Let's stand, march, and walk it around. Just a little moving to keep the heart rate up. Position those feet, chair width apart. Okay, this time we're going to do little hover pulses. Shoulders back, chin is up. Belly button pulled. Woo! And you can always adjust your heart rate by taking a moment, giving it a rest, and have a seat. Knee. So there's lots of things we can do with the chair. These are just a few ideas. In 4, 3, 2. Let's come to a stop. Now we're going to sit on the very edge of the chair. We're going to take a moment and work our arms and our shoulders and our back and our chest. Your arms are on the seat behind you. Okay? So find a spot. where you can kind of hold on, sitting on the very edge, almost falling off the chair. We're gonna lean back. Your back stays nice and straight. All right, let's bend those. It's kind of hard to do on this chair. Bend those elbows. They can go out to the side a little. Lower your body back. Ideally on your chair, if there's nothing behind you, you keep those elbows in and they go behind you. In a case like this where the chair is in your way going back, just let them go out to the side. One more. Okay. We're gonna lean on those arms. We're gonna straighten one leg, straighten the other, point the toes. Let's see if we can lift one leg and lift the other. Woo! And flutter kick, can we do it? You're leaning a lot, but don't let the back round. You wanna keep that chest lifted. Ooh, bring them down. Okay, let's come back out to our chair width. And sit to stand. Up. Push through those heels. It's a lot of work. But we'll be getting up from a seated position for the rest of our life, so we want to make those legs nice and strong. Okay, come on up. Let's march it. Other leg this time. 4, 3. We're going to jog around that chair. So you can just walk it, of course. Now position those legs. You know where that chair is. Let's hover pulse. Down, down. So they're little half squats. 4, 3, 2, have a seat. Woo! Sit tall. Let's march it. Anytime we're lifting one foot up off the floor at a time, you're really digging down into that core. Those muscles help you. Okay, let's come to a stop. Scooch out to the edge. Hands are behind you. Shoulders are back. Let's do a few more dips. If those elbows can go directly behind you, make them do that. So we're just leaning back on those arms. The back of the arms is getting you back up. One more. Ooh, okay. We're leaning. Can we do some more flutter kicks? Oh, they're tough. Only do what you can. Now don't bend at the knee. Try to keep them straight. Woo! And back to sitting. Knee up, knee, knee. So those were some strength exercises for the big leg muscles. A lot of core. And let's just finish with a march. Constantly sitting up tall. So our next section, we'll be sitting, of course, but we'll be using a weight. So you can keep moving, get a drink, and then we'll be right back for some more strength. We're back to strengthening our legs again. Now we're sitting for this first one, and if you've got a little weight, you can add extra weight to your leg, or you can just set it down. Don't even worry about the weight. It's up to you. We're going to be sitting on the edge of the chair, sitting up tall, pull the navel in. So nice tall posture. We're going to take that leg and lift the foot up off the floor, then straighten, then bend and down. So your core muscles have to really try to help you get that leg up off the floor. And then hold it there while you're straightening it. So the front of that thigh, the quadriceps muscles are working. Try not to lean back. Only do what you can. And if it gets to be too much, take that weight down and just use the weight of your legs. Almost there. Now, on this next one, let's keep it lifted up off the floor. And little pulse, lift, lift. Ooh, these are tough. So only do what you can. Woo! 4, 3, 2, and down. All right, let the back rest a little, let the core rest. You can always just take a moment and round the back. Let's switch legs. So sitting tall, drawing the navel back, and up, and out, and in, and down. Just go at your own speed. It's kind of hard to hold that leg lifted that whole time when you stretch it out. Be aware of your posture. Whew. All right, this last one. We're gonna do some pulses. Up, 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 up. Whew, it's a killer. 4, 3, 2, and spread your feet a little. Let's come to a standing position. Remember, push through those heels. All right, we're gonna stand to the side of the chair. Now remember, the chair's there for you to use if you need help balancing. We're gonna take the outside leg. We'll be keeping it pretty straight and flexing the ankle. So pull the toes toward the shin. Lock the knee. We're gonna do one front leg lift, one front, then one out to the side. Now the front leg lift, the leg can come up pretty high. But the side leg, it can only come out to a certain angle. So don't force it. We're combining use of the front of the leg with the use of the hip joint. Your core is involved with this. Woo! So try to keep that toe facing front. Don't let it come out and up. One more. Now that standing leg is also getting work. So loosen them up. Now taking that outside leg, we're gonna work the core, work the leg. We're lifting it, knee height, and draw a little figure 8 with that knee. So don't think about your foot, just let it hang. You're thinking about your knee. Ooh, a bunch of fine muscles around that hip joint are working. The standing leg hips are working. And all the leg muscles. Ooh, last one, bring it down. Okay, we're gonna come to the back of the chair. So, use it if you need it, or try to stand without if possible. Now, the legs are hip width apart. All you're gonna do is do an alternating back leg lift. So you're swinging back. I'm gonna show you from the side. You're just swinging back. Now, we don't wanna arch our back. We don't wanna lean over. You're just lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. So you can't go very far on this one either. So we're using, of course, the biggest glute, the gluteus maximus, the back of the legs, hamstrings, and we're using that low back. Also, those low back muscles are strengthening. You're working on your balance anytime you're just one leg at a time. Straight back. One more each. Okay, shake it out. So other side. Might need to move over a little, huh? Okay, remember, use that chair if you need it, and if you don't worry about it. You want to flex the ankle, pull the toes in. Okay, you're gonna lift front and side. So the more you keep at it, the more stable you become. You're training those muscles to engage that keep you balanced. Up, out. Leg is straight. So you don't need to bring it very high, especially if you ever feel any pain in that joint. Just do what the joint can do. One more. All right. Let them rest a moment. And then we're going to take that outside leg again, lifting the knee and doing our little figure 8. So this one not only works the leg, but it works around the hip, it works around the core. So we lift, just let that foot dangle, and draw that little sideways figure 8 with that knee. Now because your leg is in motion, it is hard to balance here. So that's where having the chair really comes in handy. Just do what you can. All right, last one there. Bring it down. Now take that outside leg and just set the toe back behind you. Leg is straight. You're stretching here. We're lengthening those muscles. They get really tight when you sit too long. All right, bring it in. Let's go back over to that other side. And just take that leg, swing it back, and let it land on the toe. So we're up real tall here, because it's stretching all the way up into the abdominals and down into the thigh. All right, keep your weight. We have another section that we'll be working our upper body. Okay, we've got our weight. So you can use anything, a water bottle or a can of peas or anything that has a little weight to it. We just need one. Our legs are back in that sit to stand position. So chair width apart, your legs look like a chair. We're gonna hold the weight in close. Now if this add-on of pressing up overhead when we stand is too much, just put the weight down and just concentrate on sit to stands again. We're gonna lean, press through the heel, up and press, and then back down. So you're lowering yourself onto the chair. We've now added extra weight to it. Press. So we're working on the shoulders with that overhead press, but it also gets our back involved, our arms, our chest. And you can speed it up or you can slow it way down. Just do what you can. Over time, we build endurance in the body. We build strength in the muscles. All right, one more. Now, have a seat. We're sitting tall. We're taking that muscle, or that weight, and let's extend the arms out. Now, don't lock them. They're a little bit rounded. You're gonna sit tall, and we're going to come up, overhead, and pull back. And then when it comes down, we're gonna rotate, and it's gonna sweep past our hip. And then back in the center. Now sitting tall on this one, and rotate. So you're combining a pullover with a rotation. So we've got a lot of muscles working. A pullover works your shoulders, your back, your chest, your arms. And then rotating in our seat with that extra weight pulling us down. That's working those muscles around the torso that turn the body. Keep breathing. We don't ever want to hold our breath. It's just sweeping down beside us. One more set. Rotate, up, and rotate. Back to center. Now, sit tall and march. Now, if this gets to be too much to combine marching with our arm movement, then you can always just let the legs stop. You're going to bring the arms out front and just hold. So now by having the weight out from the body, you shifted your center of gravity from close in to out. You're working your back, your shoulders, your chest, and your arms. That gets to be too much, bring it closer. 4, 3, let them rest. Woo. Now you can either keep marching or take a moment, let that back round, stretch the back, let the core relax. And back up. Let's march it. Okay. Now we're going to hold that weight up. So it's quite a challenge to keep your back straight as you pull those arms back a little. Keep them bent. You don't need to straighten them. Woo! In 4, 3, and bring it down. Okay. Now we're going to just come to a stop. We're sitting on the edge of the chair still, unless your back is needing some rest, and then push all the way back and lean against that chair. Let's take the weight in our arm. We're going to hang it beside us. Now, because we want to be slightly off balance in our chair, that works our core more, we're going to put our feet close. All right, so nothing to keep us balanced. Palm faces in, elbow unlocked. Let's lift and lower. So you're just lifting out to the side, bringing it up to no higher than shoulder height. Glance at it once in a while, make sure it's where you think it is. Sit tall. And up and hold. And back down. Now let's bend at the elbow, bring it up to the shoulder. Our legs go back to hip width apart. Okay, so that gives us a better base of stability. It gets us more balanced in our chair. We're going to press our knuckles to the ceiling and then lean a little bit over the top, back to the shoulder. Press up, over. So we've already done an overhead press using both hands. Now this one is a little more challenging because it's just one arm using that weight. Up and over, not too far. Your core is controlling your body. It's getting stronger. All right, come on back down. Feet close again. Let's take it out in front about shoulder height. We're going to open our arms. One hand has the weight. Now pass it to the other side. Now don't let those shoulders get all tight and don't let them come up. Keep them down. So as you change the center of gravity again, it's hard to balance in your chair. Working a lot of the upper body and the core. All right, let's pass it to the other hand now. Okay. So we're going to hang it. Sit tall. Oh, let's keep our feet close. And lift it. So by having our feet close together, that keeps us more off balance. So right now you're working the side of that shoulder, the biggest shoulder muscle you have, as well as building stability and working in the core. All right, one more. Let's bring it up. Elbow in, palm faces in. Let's press and lean and back and down. Ooh. So with the center of gravity overhead now, it really challenges those side muscles. All right, so keep it going. A few more of these. And grab a drink, and we'll finish up on the chair. Keep it up. All right, we've still got the weight, but we'll use it in a moment. So just set it behind you or on the floor. We're gonna work the middle of our body, the legs one more time, and some shoulder without even using any weights. So sit up tall. We're on the edge of the chair again. Now arms are gonna lift out to the side, palms down. Let's start with this knee. We're gonna lift that knee. We're gonna rotate back to center and let everything rest. Now other knee and arms lift. Rotate toward that knee. Back to center and down. Nice and tall. Up, rotate, center. So this is a great exercise for getting all the muscle groups to work together. You're training that core to control your body. We want the core more than anything to stabilize and protect the spine. So something like this really works to get all those muscles to work together. Up. One more. All right. Go ahead and tuck the chin, bend the back a little bit. Let those muscles relax. Now raise. Let's take that weight. We're going to put it in the hand and hang it at our side. Now our legs will be leaning again, and the wider the feet, the more stable you will be. The closer the feet, the less stable, so your core is working more. We're going to work those side muscles on both sides of the torso, shoulder back, let that weight hang, and we're just going to come to the side. One vertebra at a time. Sounds like doing a side crunch. So earlier we rotated, and now we're flexing sideways, using the same muscles on the side of that core. All right, now come on back to center. We're going to use the weight of the dumbbell or the water bottle that you have to stretch in our neck. So first, pull that shoulder up toward the ear, and then let the weight take the shoulder way down, and then tilt the head to the opposite side. And having the weight in the hand, it really opens up the neck muscles and into the shoulder. And then release. We're going to pull that back a little bit behind us. Now take the head and turn and look over the opposite shoulder. Try to see beyond that shoulder without letting the body turn. And then back to center. Let's switch hands. All right, just hang that weight. Widen out the feet if you need to, or keep them narrow. We're going to sit tall, pull the navel back, and side flexion. Now remember, we're not tilting the head, just keep that head lined up with the rest of the spine. We're moving in our sides. And you don't need to go very far off center to get the benefit. Come so far off center, we slip out of the chair. Everything we do can be modified to make it harder or easier depending on your ability and the rate of intensity that you'd like. Okay, come on back to center. Let's pull the shoulder up to the ear and then let the weight of that dumbbell or weight pull it down and tilt the head off center. Taking a moment to cool the body down and relax, bringing the heart rate back down, bringing the temperature down. and taking time to stretch those muscles. Back to center. Let's pull the arm back a bit, not too far, and then turn and look over the shoulder. And then back to center. All right, you can set that weight down. We're going to take one of our legs and straighten it out. Now, you're setting it on the heel, you're pulling the toe towards you, and you're locking that knee. Okay, we're going to hold on to the chair for dear life. We don't want it to go shooting out from underneath us. Shoulders back. Let's lean forward like we're trying to touch our chin to our toe, or our toe our knee, and you can feel the stretch in the back of the leg. All those leg exercises we did. This is a way to stretch those muscles. And back up. We're going to take that leg and cross it over the other like you're sitting cross-legged. Now sit up tall. One hand on the chair, one hand across on that knee, and let's turn. Get a little rotation in the torso, stretching in the hip. And then back to center. Take it down. Let's stretch out that other leg, pull the toe in and lock that knee. Our back stays straight. Let's come forward. It's really important to keep the back of our legs stretched out. They get really tight. And when they get tight, they pull on our spine, and that's where some of our back pain comes from. Right up. Let's cross that leg over the other. Sit nice and tall, hand on the opposite knee. And let's turn. And then come back to center. Let's widen out those feet. Now we're going to put our hands on our legs. Back is straight, chin is up. We're going to just come forward and then tuck and round the back as we come back up. Exhaling and inhale up. So I'd like to thank Sandy, who's here from the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. I hope you joined us today, and we want to thank the Eastmont Parks and Rec Department for letting us use their building. And we'll see you again.